Hello everyone. Today in this video we are going to see applications of Poisson distribution in real world. So before going to application, let us see what is Poisson distribution. Poisson distribution is a probability distribution that is used to model the probability that a certain number of events occur during a fixed time interval when the events are known to occur independently and with a constant mean rate. So in this video, we will be seeing a few examples or a few applications of how the Poisson distribution is used in real world. So the first application is calls per hour at a call center. Call centers use the Poisson distribution to model the number of expected calls per hour they will receive so they know how many calls center reps to keep on staff. For example, suppose a given call center receives 10 calls per hour. We can use a Poisson distribution calculator to find the probability that a center receives 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on calls in a given hour. So for p of x is equal to 0 calls, we got probability as 0.00005, and for p of x is equal to 1 call, we got probability as 0.00045, and for p of x is equal to 2, we got it as 0.002277, and so on. So let us calculate using Poisson distribution calculator. So the call center receives 10 calls per hour. So if it receives 0 calls per hour, we can calculate the Poisson distribution as 0.00005. Suppose for if it get one call, we get the probability as 0.000045 as we have seen in the presentation. So let us see the next example or next application. Number of arrivals at a restaurant. So restaurants use Poisson distribution to predict the model or to depict a model the number of expected customers that will arrive at a restaurant per day. So let us see an example. For example, suppose a given restaurant receives an average of 100 customers per day. So we can use the Poisson distribution calculator to find the probability that a restaurant receives more than a certain number of customers. So if the restaurant receives more than 110 customers, the probability is 0.14714. Suppose it receives more than 120 customers, the probability is 0.02267. Suppose it receives more than 130 customers, the probability is 0.0017 and so on. So this helps restaurants managers to keep an idea of the likelihood that they will receive more than a certain number of customers in a given day. So the third application is number of website visitors per hour. So website hosting companies like Hostinger use a Poisson distribution to model the number of expected visitors per hour that websites will receive. For example, suppose a given website receives an average of 20 visitors per hour. We can use Poisson distribution calculator to find the probability that a website receives more than a certain number of visitors in a given hour. Suppose it receives more than 25 visitors in a given hour, the probability is 0.11218. Suppose it receives more than 30 visitors, the probability is 0.01347. Suppose it receives more than 35 visitors, the probability is 0.00080 and so on. So this gives hosting companies an idea of how much bandwidth to provide to different websites to ensure that they will be able to handle a certain number of visitors each hour. So some other example or other applications are number of bankruptcies filed per month, number of network failures per week. Thank you.